Okay, welcome to this session on people. People make these things happen, and then you're structuring your organization. You're actually basically talking about people. So we're looking at hiring, we're looking at project versus process managers, the creative work environment, and team building. So when you have $1 million vision, you don't want to surround yourself with 1 cent minds. This is really a very powerful consideration, something that you always have to put in mind, because if you have a great vision, it is great people who will make it happen. So if you have a great vision and you don't have great people, great minds, it's not going to happen. And again, true leaders, according to Nina Vika of Pinnacle, understand they don't have all the answer, and they surround themselves with right talent. It's critical to surround yourself with the right talent. Without it, your vision is not going to happen. Now, Elon Musk is someone I would encourage you to study, to look up his biography. Elon Musk is the CEO of SpaceX, and he was the original founder of PayPal. He's run some really fantastically innovative organizations, and someone to learn a lot from. And then, as I was going through his biography recently, I was enthralled by how he hired. And I just brought out some of these principles, that Elon Musk used for you. So go all the way for the best, for the top specialists. Whatever it takes, go for the best. Recruit only those who have actually built something, not those who hope to or who are trying to. Then go for capability, not for paper qualification. In our society, in our environment here, we place so much value on paper qualification, but you want to go for capability. Sometimes the capability may not be someone who has gone to the university. It might be a secondary school dropout or something, but you go for the capability, not for the paper qualification. Then you lead from the front yourself. Be at the front of the innovation of the organization. Then I found that Elon offered his employers a stake in the vision. So if you offer your key employees, a stake in your vision, what do you think will happen? They're committed. They want to stay. They want to go all the way because they know that their future is tied to that organization. And don't hire job seekers, hire people looking for outlet for their burning passion. Is really important. There are two different things. So many people are out there looking for a job, but there are people who actually are looking for outlets for a burning passion. And let me mention at this stage too, to be very wary about hiring friends and relations. For many organizations, especially innovative organizations, that's where their fall begins to happen. And of course, you want to make sure you have a strong management team. It's always very, very important. That's what venture capitalists look for, the management team. Now, I found this quote by Robert Kuok, also very, very instructive. This is the richest man in Malaysia, and there's one or two things you can learn from him. He said, when I hire people, I look for great attitude. I don't look for MBA or PhD. So you want to hire a character in all your hiring. And then Warren Buffett also echoed something fantastic. He says, look, you're looking for three things generally in a person: intelligence, energy, and integrity. And if they don't have the last one, don't even bother with the first two. People without integrity, if you have employees who do not have integrity, they are guaranteed to ruin your business, your great business idea. So always hire with that in mind. When do you need a project manager and when do you need a process manager, and what's the difference between the two? Now, the project manager creates new ideas. He's bored. By routine. Don't keep him on routine. He focuses on the future of the business. He's also excited about the new ideas, new ventures, new opportunities, and he creates the system to support the new idea. And he creates the system often to pass it on to the process manager. And so, who is the process manager? The process manager is process oriented, managing the business as it is, ensuring repeatable cash flow. He's not overly concerned with new opportunities. So many times for process manager, if you put a process manager to start dealing with new ideas, new opportunities to develop business, he or she just doesn't function in that role. So you want to be careful to know who and when to get a process manager and when to put a project manager in place. So, how do you make your work environment creative for your people? Because it's important that you have an environment that enables creativity, because creativity is the core. Since you are leading an innovation organization, creativity is your core value, core competence. And it is important to make sure that you create an environment that welcomes creativity, that encourages it. And that's what you get in Google, you get it in Apple, and then many other creative endeavors, GE, and so on. And then some of the ideas, good ideas I found for you include treat your employees as an investment, not a cost. So when you are employing, you are actually investing. So the employees coming in are not a cost center, they are an investment. Now, encourage communication and cooperation in your team. It's important to communicate across all levels and across channel, because the business begins to die when information is the blood of your business. So when it's not circulating, the enterprise begins to suffer. And then be wary of corporate feudalism. So when you have bosses and kingmakers in your organization, and alignments and misalignments, like a political party, that might actually be a challenge. Google has a very interesting culture they call 70-20-10 culture. And what that means is that for every Google employee, 70% of your time you are allowed to work on what is important, to the management, what comes from, top down to you. 20% of the time, they expect you to work on new ideas, and then 10% of the time they would like you to work on any idea that is of interest, to you. And then also be aware of the need for work-life balance. In some organizations, they have gyms, they have family-friendly centers. Some have crutches where they look after young babies, and some do lunch, for their people. So be aware of those things you can make to foster creativity and innovation. And then we look at team building. Lee Iacocca said that a major reason capable people fail to advance is that they don't work well with their colleagues. Okay, and there's another quote. I just put a collection of 3 great quotes on team building there. Talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence wins championships, and that was by Michael Jordan. And again, Babe Ruth, famous hero of the American game, he said that the way a team plays as a whole determines its success. You may have the greatest bunch of individual stars in the world, but if they don't play together, the club won't be worth a dime. And this is really very instructive. You want to build a team, your organization, you really want to encourage team health within your organization, because if you function very well as a team, you can accomplish far much more than if you are not working as a team.